I am back from Canjam, Singapore, and in today's video, I'll tell you guys all about my trip, all 4 days of it. So let's jump into it. Hey friends, and welcome back to our video on Guess Audio. Today we're talking about my Singapore trip, which includes Canjam as well. So we're just gonna go through this on a day-by-day occurrence, I guess. I'm gonna talk about what happened first and then get into all the IEMs that I tried later on in the video. Day 1 and kind of day 2 of Canjam was pretty much the same for me because I was extremely busy. As you may or may not know, I was showcasing the Da Vinci at the show this year, so I found myself trapped at my own booth for the majority of the time. Though of course I did find some time to go and try out some IEMs, talk to some friends and fans and other brand owners, and just enjoying the event in general. And speaking of the event, if you have not gone to Canjam once in your life before, you really should. It is one of the most fun events I can ever go to. You get to really meet everyone that you normally talk to online, whether it's reviewers, whether it's friends on Discord or whatnot. It's just a huge gathering of like-minded nerds trying out audio gears from cheap to ridiculously expensive and just hanging out and talking all things nerdy audio. It is legit one of the most fun events I've ever gone to. So yes, basically day 1 and 2 was me being a salesman for my collaboration and occasionally finding time to go and try out some stuff, eat lunch with some friends, and overall, again, just enjoy the event. Day 3 was my first full free day and I got to hang out with Shuwa, none other than Golden Ears himself. He took me out to eat some local food, we did some shopping, and after that, I did convince him again to be a part of a widely popular torture video. So stay tuned for that one. Next is day 4, my last day in Singapore, and the first place I stopped at was Zeppelin Co to finally get myself my ear impression so I can own a CIEM. Now I haven't ordered said CIEM yet, but I think it's fairly obvious which one I'm going to order, but just for fun, leave your guess down in the comment section below. But yes, getting an ear impression. This is my first time ever to do it, and it was a very interesting experience. First, I had to shove this little foam stopper thing into your ears.
What it's going to do is that it's going to go through your ear canal. Now your canal is bends, so you can see this first bend, second bend. It has to go in all the way past the second bend so that the mold can fill in up here. Okay. The reason why it needs to go so deep is so that when they create the ear impression, they know where to face the nozzle. Yeah.
So they shoved that thing in my ear, and I think that part was the most uncomfortable part. But after that, the whole process was pretty comfortable. I had to bite on this foam thing before they inject my ear filled with this mold, and then I just sat there for around 5 minutes, drooling like crazy. Who knew that just biting on this foam thing would cause your body to produce so much saliva? I had to hold a towel to my shin like almost the entire time to just absorb all the drool that's coming out of my mouth. No one ever talks about this for some reason, maybe because they're super embarrassed, but you know, I'm a man, I'm willing to share all my embarrassing moments with you guys. But back to the process, after waiting for around 5 minutes, they just pull the mold out of your ears and voila, it is done. Easy. Shout out to Jordan, by the way. Thank you so much for helping me film and take pictures of the whole process. And also thank you to the staff at Zeppelin as well. They are some of the nicest people you can find in the industry. If you're ever in Singapore, I highly recommend you drop by Zeppelin Co. They carry a lot of high-end gear that you normally cannot find in any stores. Brands like Symphonium, like Edition, like 7th Acoustics, all these super rare brands you can find at Zeppelin. Now before we get into the next location I went after Zeppelin, let's finally jump into all the IEMs I tried throughout the entire trip. Now I do have the notes on my phone right here, and I will be wearing my glasses today because I'm not wearing my contacts. Yes, Timmy wears glasses, so hold on. Much better. So let's start with the first IEM on the list here. It goes in no particular order. I took random notes as I tried a lot of things at the show, at Zeppelin, and here at the Hangout, located at 29B Mall Street in Chinatown. First IEM is the Softears Enigma. My notes here says, beautiful forward and natural vocals without any shout, thumpy but clean bass, good relaxing timbre, treble's a bit tame but good detail. So overall, I remember it was like a normal good set. I don't know if it's worth whatever they're charging. I think it was like $2,500, but it's a good set. I mean, if you want to spend that money, you know, up to you. But no, I don't mind it. It's a good sound. It doesn't really blow my mind as an endgame IEM though. Next is the QoA Adonis 2. Strange mid-range, too much bass, soft sounding overall. I think Adonis 1 was more impressive from my memory. Adonis 2 was a bit strange. Tangzu Zhu Bajie. My Chinese is not good. This one was like a straight V shape. Very fun bass, a lot of treble, but it didn't sound overly harsh or peaky. It just sounded like a kind of a smooth, fun kind of V shape. It's gonna match some people's preference. If you're into that, this is, I would say, a more well done one in that category. Next is BQEYA Wind with the bone conductor. It's not that good. And on the bone conductor note, I don't know if any of them works. I think you're supposed to feel a bit of a rumble is what they advertise, but I've yet to listen to any bone conduction IEM that give me that definitive, yes, it works. And this one is more of the same. Mid-range are odd, a touch shouty, bass is modest, not very punchy. So overall, I guess a softer sound with a weird mid-range, and the treble was the only thing that was sort of alright. Next is Elysian Pilgrim. The Pilgrim I like. It sounded like if Annihilator and Gaia had like a little baby. It sounds kind of like that, like in tuning. Not gonna be for everyone. It is bright and aggressive in the upper mid-range, I feel like. But overall, I like it for its kind of like exciting sound and pretty decent technical as well. Moving on, we have QDC's new Emperor. This one I like quite a lot. It was, I think, one of my favorite at the show. I felt the treble was smoother than... Okay, so I have to say this. You guys already know I like the VX a lot, but I will admit it is on the singy, sharp side. Some people might not like the fatiguing feeling of it. I like it personally, but I know you guys can't handle the spice. But yeah, the Emperor sounded smoother in that area. Still has that hallmark, you know, tons of treble detail for as per QDC usual, but it sounded smoother than what the VX has, and overall more natural as a result too. So I like that one a lot. I don't like the price. It is like 4,700 Sing, which is around like maybe 3,000 some US dollars. It's too much. Letshuoer Cadenza 4. This one says, sounds nice, balanced, nothing to complain, but also nothing to overly praise. It was a very balanced set, kind of like a clean bass. I wouldn't say it's Harmon, because it's not as aggressive sounding as Harmon, but it sounded like maybe more in the vein of like a Studio 4. But yeah, it just sounded too normal, I guess. There's really nothing jumping out at me that makes me wanna get excited about it. But it's not a bad IEM, it's a good IEM, and I think for the price around $200, I don't think you can go wrong with it. But yeah, you know, good for the price. But you know what's not good for the price? It is the S15. I feel like they completely destroyed that one. The S12 I think was much better. The S15 had really weird mid-range, like the vocals just sound dead. Not neutral, not lively, just the opposite of that. It's just, they just sound dead and just strange overall. So no to the S15. This next one was the star of the show for many people. Everywhere I walked around Canjam, people asked me like, hey, did you try the Canpur yet? What about the Canpur? The Canpur CP622B. This one was very good, actually. I liked the bass quite a lot. It was a monstrous amount of bass, but it didn't felt like the mid-range or the treble was wrong. Overall, it sounded quite good. The bass quality from the sub bass to the mid bass, it sounded thumpy, it sounded rumbly. It's overall very, very satisfying set to listen to. So the hype is real on this one. On that same table with the Canpur, we have the Symphonium people with the Crimson and the new one, the Titan. So the Crimson for me was just an average, good sounding, balanced IEM. I don't have anything bad to say about it, but I also don't have anything exciting to report on it either. It just sounds like a nice balanced set, and that's it. On the other hand, the Titan is a like Symphonium took some cues from Fat Freak Maestro Mini and just tuned up the bass to the moon. When the sub bass hit on the song that I listened to was Kill Jill, Mr. HBB's favorite song, it literally woke me up. Like, it opened my eyes. I saw the fourth dimension for the first time. It was that kind of rumbly, hard-hitting sub bass. Some people may like that signature. You know who you are if you like it. Next, I finally got to try the Moondrop Solis 2. Because Moondrop didn't want to send that one to me. I'm not a big boy enough, sadly. But yes, Moondrop Solis 2 is a good sounding IEM. I have similar feelings towards the Solis 2 as I do for the Symphonium Crimson, is that it's a good sounding balanced IEM, but that's it. And I don't feel anything special towards it. It's just nice, inoffensive, balanced sounding. Softears Turii, one of the original warm IEM from Softears, warm single dynamic driver. I feel like the Twilight is overall an upgrade. The Turii felt more technical. There's a bit more energy there in the upper mids, but it sounds less natural than the Twilight. I much prefer the Twilight signature of being truly warm and relaxing. Even though it sounds a bit less detailed, it's a much more enjoyable listen. So, well, you can't get the Turii now anyway since it's discontinued, but you know, you're not missing out. And last but not least, we have the new Dita Project M. What I can say about it is that it sounds pretty balanced. I think it sounds decent overall in the bass and treble. The only issue I have with it is in the mid-range. The mid-range is just very strange. Like the timbre feel like they cut off early. Vocals feel very... It is centered, but it's also not expansive or naturally extending feeling. If they fixed that, it would be a really solid IEM, I guess. But yeah, I only like the bass and the treble. Mid-range is weird. All right, that's it for all my notes. I guess I don't need these glasses anymore. So yes, right after Zeppelin, I went to the Hangout to hang out with Crinacle, try more stuff over there, and also ate some good food around the area as well. And after hanging out there for around 9 to 10 hours, it was finally nighttime, which means I got sent to the airport and on my merry way back to Japan to film this video for you guys. So yes, I'm back. Alright, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. And again, Canjam is one of those events that you have to go at least once in your life. It is truly magnificent. And if you're ever in Singapore, try the local food there. It's delicious. And also visit Zeppelin and the Hangout. They're super, super nice. You're going to enjoy your time there in both of those places. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and bye.
君が笑うだけで何でもできる気がする一緒に